Right, so it's a known fact, people struggle with their driver all the time. I get so many people coming into me for a lesson saying, Jamie, I'm really struggling with my driver, can you help? So today, we're gonna give you 5 different tips to try and improve your driving. Okay, so tip number 1, this is something that no one really ever mentions, but I find it to be really, really important. How the driver needs to sit. So what I mean by that is the angle at which the shaft sits. I see too many golfers trying to sit the bottom of the driver completely flat, and what that looks like is this. Okay, you can see that the shaft is much more upright. I look like I'm pushing my hands up. With driver, this is going to point the loft to the right hand side, hence it's going to go out that way. So what's really important, the driver should sit flatter to make sure that the heel side of the bottom is actually sitting flush on the ground, not the middle. So make sure that you're sitting that club much flatter to allow that face to point straight when you're coming into impact. Okay, and tip number 2, so really important, width of stance. So make sure that your feet are just past shoulder width. Okay, really, really important of that. With a driver, longest club in the bag, we need our stance to be nice and wide in order to keep us stable, because it's longer, we are going to be swinging that much faster. A narrow base or a shoulder width base, we're more likely to lose balance, ultimately you're going to lose that centered strike. Okay, number 3 now is ball position. Okay, now everyone knows that we need to make sure the ball is forward in our stance. What I mean by that is my lead foot, here's my left. I want the ball to be just positioned on the inside of my left foot. So a really good tip to make sure that's the same every single time. I want you to set up where your feet are together and the ball is lined up into the middle of your feet. What I want you to do, take a small 2-inch step with your left foot out, and then with your right foot, stand it outside of shoulder width. That there is going to be the perfect ball position for your driver every single time. Okay, and number 4, so really, really important with the driver that we have an element of shoulder tilt, okay, so that my lead shoulder is higher than my trail shoulder. Again, really, really easy routine to do this. Grab your trail hand, stick it along your trail leg, and then just reach down 2 inches, keeping your hand there, hold the position of your shoulders, and then re-grip the club. You can see here that my shoulders are at a tilted position, which is what we want, and it's relative to what I'm going to talk about in the next point. Okay, and point number 5. Now note that everything that I've said so far has been in relation to this last point. Really, really important for me, making sure the angle of attack is correct with the driver. Most people, 99% of people who come down for me for a lesson, they struggle with a downward attack angle. So what I mean by that is the driver coming from high to low. Okay, think of a plane landing. That's not what we want with driver. Think the opposite. We want the driver coming from low to high, okay? A plane taking off. That's always going to change the path of the club, it's going to change the spin, it's going to change the strike, it changes everything. So make sure you try and hit more up on the golf ball, but that's going to come from the setup changes that I've given you in the first 4 points of this video. So there we are, those are my 5 top tips to improve your driving. Let me know in the comments if they work for you, and let me know if you enjoyed this video. So plenty more videos coming, so make sure you subscribe, like, share to all your friends, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.